That's so cool.
Well, this beautiful bird here, their name is Giri Giri, which means very red, which is a perfect name for a male red-tailed black cockatoo, as it describes that flush of red that strikes through his tail. Now, red-tailed black cockatoos are not a species that we find locally here in Sydney, but we are home to many other plant and animal species that call this country home. In fact, here at Taronga, we like to think of ourselves as a sanctuary, not just for the animals in our care or for the people, but for all of the local wildlife as well. In a word, Taronga is habitat. And we previously chose 2 volunteers to help us demonstrate habitat today.
It's the red-tailed cockatoos.
I saw them before. There wasn't here now.
Nó đậu lưng người lạ đó. Hả? Không đó, người lạ mà đâu.
Yeah, you can get around before.
Người lạ luôn.
Now, these 2 birds are Monotoka and Wattle. Monotoka is a female and Wattle is a juvenile male. And they actually get their names from plants that are found in their local environments. This reminds us of the connections that we have to both plant and animal species.
Quá trời hay luôn. Quá
Up
trời.
nice and close today, you may notice that cockatoos can be quite messy eaters, but through this they're doing something really important. They're spreading seeds all throughout the environment. This helps trees and many other plants to grow, and ultimately it supports those nice healthy ecosystems.
Earlier, Chris mentioned the importance of tree hollows. However, a tree hollow large enough for a bird like a red-tailed black cockatoo, well, it can take over 150 years to start to form. And unfortunately, with most of our forests being new growth, these tree hollows are becoming increasingly harder and harder to find.
If you don't happen to have a tree hollow in your own garden, and you also don't have a spare 150 years to wait for one to form, you can install an artificial nest box. Take a look at the speaker pole down the stairs to my left. That green box mounted just below it, that's an example of one of these nest boxes. There's also a handy QR code right below it you can scan on your phone to learn a little bit more about sorts and installing one.
Well, thank you so much to our 2 volunteers.